Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. Good evening, and I hope you're all having a good day. And if you'll give me a moment, I'm going to try to fix my sound card settings, because I tried turning my second monitor on and it kind of sometimes it messes things up, but I can fix it real quick. Excuse me, I can fix that real quick. So, how is everyone doing tonight? I finished Shenmue 2 the other night, and I figure since I finished one quite substantial, it was actually a bigger game than I thought it would be, like for a Dreamcast game from the year 2000, I believe. That took me like 10 sessions to beat that game. That was like way longer than Shenmue 1. But I didn't regret playing it. It was quite fun, especially like toward the end. Started really picking up in the final third of the game. So yeah, I finished that. I'm quite happy that I did finally get around to finishing that. The VODs for that will eventually go up, and I figure I'd start a new game because it's a game that I've been thinking about lately, because I've been playing Super Mario Maker and the thought came by, do you know it's a game I've not played on the DS in quite some time? Yoshi's Island DS. I haven't played this since it first came out, which is 2006, the same year that we got a certain Sonic game, of which I will not mention. Well, I practically mentioned the game by just saying the word, but you know. Actually, there was two games that came out in 2006, but you know the one that also has the unofficial name that is also the same year. Anyways, so let's hope that this actually works. I need to restart my 3DS capture software real quick, because I had to turn my second monitor on. I'm also going to move the chat and stuff over to the other screen, just so I can see everything proper. The only Yoshi Island game you played was the original. Yeah, I grew up with the original as well. Like, I thought about playing the SNES game, but it's a game that I've played, like, not like super often, but often enough that I don't think I would get as much out of it if I was streaming it, because I think I streamed a couple years ago, like, I don't know how many years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago, maybe not even that long. I streamed a ROM hack of Yoshi's Island that was quite fun. I think it was called Yoshi's Highland, which was like a... basically think Mario 64 corrupted, only Yoshi's Island. Basically, like, it fucks itself up as you play it, and you get some really weird, interesting... Like, I played that all the way through. Like, I just played the entire game that way. And I remember getting stuck on World 5, I think, like, the snow level. Like, there was one particular part that I got stuck on. I think it was like the auto-scrolling level, or it was like the one with like the ski boots or whatever, like where you're skiing down a mountain. Corruptions really got in the way of me beating that level, but I eventually got through it and I finished that. At least it's not the intended way to play the game, but it was fun nonetheless. So I'm now going to get started. I just need to turn the 3DS capture back on. Whenever I turn my second monitor on, like, the capture software has to refresh, like, restart, in order to actually work. You might actually see the very top there where it says GNAL. That's just cutting off signal, as in no signal. But if I open my 3DS, it should actually... There we go. A long time ago, the Yoshis embarked on an adventure to rescue baby Luigi from the clutches of Kamek, the villainous Magic Koopa. Let me know if the volume is okay for this, if I need to turn it up or down. They battled villains large and small on their quest. So this is more or less a direct sequel to the SNES game. Thanks to Yoshi's bravery, baby Mario, baby Luigi and the entire island were saved from danger. If you're wondering why the screen orientation looks like this, I'll get into that in a bit. Once again, peace reigned on Yoshi's Island until one day... Sorry, I'm thinking of a South Park joke. Baby Bowser's castle, or Bowser. Yeah, Baby Bowser. I was about to say Bowser Jr. I don't know, both of them look the same to me, but... technically it's a Baby Bowser, it's not Bowser's Jr. So yeah, Kamek is at it again, stealing all the babies. Also, aren't those little things that, like, steal the babies called toadies? What a weird name. I'd like to have your little toadies. Mario Goldfish! Oh look, there's Baby Peach, Baby Mario and Baby Luigi. Oh look, there's the stork. The stork is the true hero of this story, by the way. Right, Yoshi's Island DS, copyright 2006. Again, came out the same year as Sonic 06. But thankfully that doesn't mean this is a shit game. Like, that year had some shit games, but this is actually a quality game, I would say. And just make sure the button orientation is correct. Jump each spit. Yeah, this is... I believe that's the correct settings, yes. Right, here we go. The sun shines bright on Yoshi's Island, home to all of the Yoshis. Also, I love that, like, 3D cartoony cell shading thing they're doing on the island there. I think that's pre-rendered, I don't think that's, like, in-game graphics. It looks too good to be actual DS graphics. I'll have to press the A button to advance the text. Yoshi's enjoying a beautiful day with a leisurely stroll. Am I the only one who thinks the flowers in the background there kind of look like popcorn? They look a little bit like popcorn. Also, new Yoshi sprite, as opposed to how Yoshi looks in the first game. Suddenly, out of nowhere, some babies dropped out of the sky. Miraculously, the babies appear to be just fine. Isn't it funny that I, not that long ago, finished Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, which was also heavily focused on babies? Miraculously, the babies appear just to be fine. Yep. Oh hey Green Yoshi guy, you tried streaming this on the Wii U, but the screens were kind of annoying. Yeah, that's kind of why the screens are like vertically orientated. I'll explain that in a bit once the gameplay starts, like it'll become very apparent why it looks like this. One of the babies looks very familiar to Yoshi. Kamek is pissed. Now where did those brats go? Ah, you incompetent fools! I mean, they got most of the babies, I guess. Kamek, the evil Magikoopa, returns to his castle with his toadies following. Yeah, they are called toadies. What a weird name. Kamek's plan is revealed. He's kidnapping babies from all over the world. Now back to the popcorn flower field. Oh look, the stork is there as well. The Yoshis hold a meeting to decide what to do with the babies who fell from the sky. Baby Mario looks forlorn... I don't remember that word. Mario looks forlorn and confused. There were more babies and they had all been kidnapped. Baby Mario can't save them by himself. Very reminiscent of the first game's intro. Once again, the Yoshi clan decides to save the day. It's time the stork is coming with them too. A new journey begins. Can the Yoshi and the babies triumph over Kamek and save baby Luigi? So yeah, the reason... Oh, I know how to play the game. So yeah, the reason the screens are orientated like this is because this is one of those games where basically displays in a vertical format, so you can kind of see like stuff above me, and sometimes I'll like be on the top screen, sometimes I'll be in the bottom screen. If I tried, hang on a second, if I try to do this, like if I try using my typical DS capture setup, it would look like this, and this would not really work too well with that format. So I figure since I made a new format, I would make a new layout to go with it, so there you go. Why are you streaming this? Because I want to play a good platformer. A flutter jump. Press and hold the B button to hover in the air during a jump. So yeah, again, very reminiscent of the first Yoshi's Island, just a little tutorial to show you how things work. You might have also noticed there when I was transitioning between screens that there's a little bit of visual information missing between the screens. I think that was because at the time this came out, they still had like that fat DS that you could play games on, and there was like a massive hinge in the middle, just like splitting the two screens. So I think like at the time they were programming to like account for that. I was thinking of manually like adding in a gap myself, but then you would see less of the gameplay that way, so I figured rather than chop that out, like make a bigger gap, I would just make the screens a bit bigger. Make eggs. So yeah, if you've played Yoshi's Island, or if you've seen Yoshi's Island, you know how this works. Nope. Everybody's favourite mechanic, the baby crying. I don't know if I'll 100% this, because I'm pretty sure toward the end it'll be really difficult to get 100 points. If you don't know how these games work, like, it's a platformer, you just go to the goal and then you advance to the next level. But there is a form of replayability in the form of getting 100 points on each level. And there's like 3 categories for like getting 100 points. You've got red coins, which are hidden. You've got 5 flowers, get all of them, and then that accounts for your total. And then your health also accounts for your maximum total. Shit. I hope none of those were red coins. I guess not. Oh, I can do this again, right. Oh, that's right, Yoshi has a run button in this game, I forgot about that. Yeah, he didn't have a run button in the original. At least not as far as I can remember. So in a sense, like I said, you've got your health there, like the number that you saw. Technically that's not your health, like you can get hit as many times as you want and you'll still be alive. But when you get hit, you drop Baby Mario, and that is actually like the countdown for when the toadies come to steal him. So you have to basically pick up Baby Mario as soon as possible. Can I go down the pipe? Pretty sure it just takes me to a room where I can just farm Shy Guys. Yeah. Again, pretty much like the first game. It starts off feeling very much like the first Yoshi's Island, kind of to get you... I guess to get your nostalgia senses flowing a little bit. But not too long into the game, it starts to actually do new stuff. In fact, we'll see some new mechanics very soon, I think. But yeah, the first level is very much reminiscent of the original. But I think like after a couple levels you start to see a new thing that gets introduced. Whoa, that's a really janky looking walking animation. Like, you see the way Yoshi's just like jumping up and down as he's advancing up and down the stairs? That looked a lot more smooth in the SNES game. Right, so that's the checkpoint. So yeah, if you pause your game, you can check your stats so far. So I just need 3 more red coins to get 100% on this level. Stock sound effect. So yeah, already this is a new thing, just like a new enemy type. You know those big coins with the baby faces on them? If you collect them all, something neat will happen. There's one hidden in each level, so pay attention. Yep, there's one there. Oh. Right, got all my red coins, got everything. Did I get the minigame? Yep. If I recall, this game was okay, not as good as Yoshi's Island or Woolly World, but certainly better than the new islands. Sorry, I missed the rest of that message there. I do like the sprites. Yeah, I would say this is a pretty decent game. Not as good as the other games, but it's a pretty, like, not overrated, overlooked game, I would say. Which is kind of why, like, that's partially why I decided to go with this game and not the original Yoshi's Islands. Wow. It's time to learn math with Yoshi. You thought Donkey Kong math was mentally stimulating? Well, what about this? Yeah, 1 times 0 equals 0. There you go, that's my math quota for the day. I don't remember any of the boss fights in this game actually, it's been too long since I played it. Like, I played this when it first came out, so that was like over 10 years ago. Only Baby Mario can hit the M-shaped blocks. They're full of treats, so whack a few of them. Oh, I see. Traditional Mario blocks, except it's not question marks. This is a pretty good song, actually. I like how you just smack that block and it brings out an arrow sign saying, "Hi dumbass, it's over here." Like, go this way. Oh. Did you know you can throw eggs at coins and flowers to collect them? Well, now you do. I'm guessing there's a flower up there. Or not. Did I miss anything? I guess not. When Yoshi's on the touchscreen, you can see what's down. You can see what's below him by pressing down on the D-pad and the X button at the same time. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, I forgot about this, but yeah, that's kind of neat. So yeah, you can kind of see the little bit of the visual cutoff in between the screens. It's not a huge deal, like you'll adjust to it. When Yoshi's on the top screen, yeah, okay then. I kind of figured that out after the first one told me what to do. X and up. Fucking yeeted that ghost. Oh, wrong button. Bam! Oh. Finding all the red coins and flowers in these games always felt like a bit of a chore to me. Like you have to check everything, jump everywhere to reveal invisible clouds, struggling to reach the coins you missed, only to realise they're not red coins. Yeah, I've never really, like, when I was a kid I was never able to 100% this game just because it was, at least, well, I say this game, but I'm talking about, like, the SNES game, but 6 1/2 dozen, they're both pretty much the same kind of thing. I mean, I appreciate that it's got, like, a completionist aspect to it, but it was just, like, too much for my kid brain to handle back then. That wasn't hard to find. I was about to say, let's go look for that key, and there is. So I believe there's a minigame inside here. Purely for extra lives, I guess. The object here is to fly as far as you can. Flutter jump as many times as you can to fly the furthest. How far can you fly? Where did you learn to fly? Where did you learn to fly? Oh shit. I hate it when I press the jump button slightly too early. Can I get 100s? Yes! Second place? How far do I need to go to get a first place then? There is a completion bonus for getting 100%, like every world, if you get 100 points for every single level in a single world, you get an extra hard level within that world, which is kinda cool. I might try 100%ing at least the first couple worlds because they'll be easier to do, just so we can see some of those kind of levels, because I believe this game also has those. But I can't really guarantee that I'll do it for every single level in the entire game, because I'd be here all year if I was to do that. Shit. Guess I'll just reset the room then. Yep. Trying to keep my speed momentum while I hit that. There we go. Alright, it's just for the stairs. Never mind. There's a new enemy type. In spring, these crazy little guys dot the fields. Jump on them and they'll pop in front of your very eyes. Pop. Oh. Pop. Okay, so they don't actually harm you if you bump into the side of them. They're just a minor inconvenience. I love that low bass, like, sort of thumping sound when you, like, hit your head off of a block. Like, Mario doesn't have that kind of sound effect normally. At least not one that sounds as, like, deep and thuddy as that. I'm surprised I was able to aim that accurately, like, to see that, even though I couldn't see it. Again, it looks kinda jank just because you can't see a little bit of the game in between the screens, which kinda sucks, but you get used to it after a while. I mean, if I looked at my actual 3DS, it looks more accurate, like it seems more spatially correct. It's just the capture feed that doesn't quite capture that properly. Like, if I was to emulate that by, like, having a bigger gap in the middle, then, you know, the screens would be smaller and you get to see less, so I think I would opt for bigger screens rather than just have it look accurate. Shit, I'm short 1 red coin. Not sure if the red coin is close to me or if it's like further back. Maybe back inside the cavern. Well, I'm not going back now. Oh well, I'll just bank the 90, what was it, 99 points? And then maybe come back later for the other red coin. Hi Clifford. Yep, 99 points. I am glad that this game like continues to use the sort of crayon style that made the original game look so visually distinctive. Warning, you better be wearing your running shoes in the next area. Why? What's gonna happen? Oh god. You're giving me a death chase sequence this early in the game? Oh shit, no! My flower! I jumped too low. Oh well. Guess I'm not 100% in this level either. Yeah, there's like a level in the original Yoshi's Island where you get chased by like a gigantic chain chomp, but that doesn't happen until like World 3 or 4, I think. So yeah, just like throwing shit like that, you're like very close to the start, I guess. I guess this game basically assumes that you've played the original, so you kinda know what to expect. I mean, I could restart the level and grab that flower, but I really don't feel like doing that right now. I'm sure once I've beaten the level I can kind of like just speedrun it and get everything quickly, but until then I'll just play it as intended. I'm not going to start like restarting if I miss something, otherwise I'll be here all night. Again, I love that thump sound effect. And now Yoshi has brain damage. That's a very 8-bit sound, like listen to that. That's like the sound effect you would hear from like fire in an NES game. What an odd choice for a sound effect. Now Yoshi has brain damage. Hooray! Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about Steve Gaming recently just because I've been watching a lot of his videos of late. He's been cranking out a lot of Super Mario Maker 2 videos. Classic chain chomp rocks. Some relatively advanced platforming segments this early in the game. Like, we're only 3 stages in and already we're getting this bullshit thrown at us. Fuck. This looks more like something you would see in World 3 or 4. Not that I'm complaining, it's just weird that it's like this relatively intermediate so early on. Because usually like the first world is like full of levels made for babies and then it gradually increases in difficulty and like platforming skills being required to beat it. But no, fuck that shit, let's just do stuff like this, like, in the first 5 minutes. Shit. I bet there was at least one red coin among that batch. I love that they retained the little illustrations for the tutorial boxes. Do a ground pound by pressing down while jumping. Everyone better look out! Bring ha! Oh, hello. Secret. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. There she is! Just hop in the kangaroo's pouch for a nice ride. You'll hop, leap, and jump to your final destination. Are we gonna play Smash after this? Let's play press left and right to control your jumpy pal. She'll stop on her own at the end. Oh, I like this song. Wasn't this song in Smash? I feel like this song was like in Smash 4 or Smash Ultimate. Or some variant of it. Such a weird looking kangaroo, like it's got really weird proportions. And for some reason it's got a Moomin face. Do you remember the Moomins? From like the 80s? That weird anime that was like dubbed in English. Apparently the Moomins are still a thing, like they're still making stuff for that. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, like it used to be on TV and I used to watch that. Actually, true story, this is kind of funny. I haven't really thought about this until I brought that up, but when I watched the Moomins as a kid, there was this one episode that used to really fucking freak me out. And I would never, like, every time that episode would come on as a rerun on the TV, I would just, like, turn the TV off because I don't want to watch it. I don't know how many people here have seen the Moomins or seen this particular episode, but basically, I don't remember all the beats of the story, but the basic premise was that the Moomins and, like, the other characters come across this magical hat that belongs to a magician. So they're trying to look for the magician, like all the other characters, and then, like, one of the Moomins basically fucks around with the hat, and then he falls inside the magic hat, and then he comes out of the hat, like, 2 seconds later. It's like this really creepy, like, furball looking thing. And for some reason that used to freak me out, like, just the idea of, like, falling into this, like, magical object and then coming back out as, like, this weird, indistinguishable creature that you really had no say in the matter, like, you were just stuck like that. Like that, but just the idea of it, I guess, was, like, what freaked me out more than anything. God damn it. I was short one red coin anyway. You like Sniff? Was that the name of the kangaroo? I haven't really seen Moomin since I was, like, really, really young. It was just, like, something that was on the TV once in a while, like in the early 90s, I guess. God, I'm old. You got a 1-up. Right, time for the first mini fortress 1-4. It's Bert, Castle of the Bert Bros. I was gonna say it's Bert the Bashful and Bash the Bertful. Could you imagine if that was their actual names? I'm gonna have to look for that episode of the Moomins now, because I vividly remember that specific episode. Like, it just really didn't, like, it didn't sit right with me when I saw that. And the funny thing was, that episode was for some reason that episode would rerun more than the other episodes that would rerun every once in a while. Like, every time I'd be like, please don't be that one episode, please don't be that one episode. And then, lo and behold, it's that one fucking episode, and I'm like, nope! Turn the TV off, nope, don't want to see that! I mean, I was like, I don't know, I was like 5 or something when I saw it, so I guess my, like, developing brain just couldn't comprehend what was going on, I guess? I don't know, maybe I was a bit older than that, but I was still really fucking young. So, it was just such an odd phenomenon to me, I guess. I don't know if it was the character design, like the character that comes out of the Magic Cat, or if it was just the idea behind it that freaked me out, but it may have been a little bit of both. What is over here? Just flour. Okay. Yeah, this song in particular, this does not scream castle music. It's more like the kind of song you would hear at night time, like maybe inside a cavern or just like in a night area, just not like inside a fortified fortress. Curious to see what's below you. Oh, right, yeah. I forgot about that mechanic. Oh! Oh, look, those mini blurgs. Oh, ha! God, that sound effect. You know that meme sound effect that people use for shitposty videos or like shitposty jokes? Where it's like somebody dabbing and it's like this really deep bassy sound effect that goes with it? That's kind of what that sounds like. Oh. There we go. There's a little mini birds. I got all the red coins at least. But yeah, the Moomins, I don't know if it's still like a TV series or what, or if it's like a movie. Because I know that there's like still, at the very least over here, there's still like direct-to-video releases. Direct-to-video movies. So in some form or another, the Moomins still exist, surprisingly. I just haven't seen the Moomins since I was like a kid, so maybe I'll look into that sometime. I don't know if it's still as good as it was back then. I mean, it could be like The Simpsons, where it's just like, please let it end. But maybe it's still good. Shit. I need to refresh the room, I guess. I should have just picked up and threw the ghosts at them, I guess. Well, they're not ghosts, but they look like ghosts. Kind of. I don't know, they kind of look like they've got like little ghost sheets over their bodies. I just think of them as ghosts. Like, fake ghosts, and then the boos are the real ghosts. There we go. How many flowers am I missing? 1. So 1 flower, 1 health, and then we're good. Well, I missed 1 flower, and I can't go back. Brilliant. Oh well, then that's, what, 90 points if I don't get hit by the boss? If it isn't the Killjoy Yoshi! You're always trying to ruin my fun, but not this time. Bird Brothers, crush this overgrown lizard! Yep, so now there's just like 2 big ones. This does not sound like boss music at all. Holy shit, that was close. Almost got hit there. Not that it matters, but... Yep, that's 90 points. I have no idea what the hell that is in that picture. Guess we're about to find out. Sorry, just it's just funny hearing like the modern Shy Guy noise coming out of them compared to the original where it's like a spring sound effect. Oh yeah, the stork stop. I forgot about this. So this is one of the new mechanics. This is a stork stop. Touch it to call the stork over. Changing babies. Every time you hit the stork's pouch, you can change babies, learn how to use each one's special abilities. So now we can swap between Baby Mario and Baby Peach. Each carrying their own unique abilities and like pros and cons. Do a flutter jump in the middle of a wind gust with Baby Peach and whoa, it's like you're flying. Oh, I see. Okay. Is that the only things you can do, or is there other things? Like, I guess I'll find out in a second. Also, why does a Baby Peach have a parasol? Isn't she a little bit young for that? Oh. I don't know if I can land on that. Ugh. I'm releasing the flutter too early. Oh right, that's not... I thought that was a platform, but it's not. Just part of the scenery. Is there a way to... Right, after I beat this level, I'm going to quickly check control settings because not a big fan of using the R button to throw eggs. I want to use the X button if possible, but the X button does jack shit, so I'll have to look at the control options after this. So I got around to finishing all of the Fortnite challenges and all the weeklies, finally. I just used a cheat sheet to do the rest of them because I couldn't even be bothered anymore. I do like Fortnite and like its weekly challenges, like the Battle Pass content, but holy shit, did Season 9 go a bit overboard with like the Fortbites? Like that was the one thing that kind of pushed me over the edge a little bit in terms of like just putting a lot of hours into that game just to get all that shit done. I only did about 60% of the Fortbites, and then the rest I just used a cheat sheet because there was just too much there. Like, I'm sure some people have the dedication and like will to go through that and maybe still enjoy it, but I think it was just a little bit too much there for me personally. Hopefully the next season they don't like do Fortbites or something similar to that and just stick with the weeklies. Like, I'm fine with the weeklies, that's all I need. But yeah, the Fortnite stuff is all done now. I'll be doing another stream of Fortnite, like I did one yesterday just to finish some stuff. I'll be doing another stream on Saturday because there's going to be a live event, so me and Tev will probably be around to do that. I might get another friend to join us as well. If not, it'll just be me and Tev to check that out. Hopefully our Discord call doesn't fuck up this time, because my internet was not being nice to me yesterday when I was streaming it. Four red coins and 1 flower are missing. Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna try something. Oh, eggs don't actually bounce in this game. That's fine. Yeah, in the old Yoshi's Island game you could make eggs bounce off of the wall and it would change colours. And then if you used your tongue you could stop it from like breaking, and then use the other coloured eggs to get like coins or stars. Doesn't seem like you can do that in this game. No, they just pop as soon as they hit the wall. That's lame. Something tells me I'm... Oh, wait a minute. I see something up there. Yeah, something tells me I'm right at the end of the level, but maybe the thing I'm missing is up here. Oh, you need Baby Mario to do that? Right, okay. Oh, right, it's down there. That'll be the flower. No? Okay then. So that's like what? Oh yeah, 80. 88. Sorry, I was taking a drink there. Oh, it's Yoshi and Baby Peach, right. I couldn't really make out what it was in sepia tone. Oh right, the controls, hang on, I forgot to check the controls for something. For some reason I can't configure the controls in the pause menu, I have to like go back out and go to options. Wait, the X button does let me throw eggs? I pressed X earlier and it didn't work, but press twice to throw. Oh yeah, right, of course, yeah. That's how I usually play Yoshi's Island. Oh no, wait a minute, hang on. The X button is just to like lock your cursor in place. It doesn't actually initiate the throw. But the A button does. Can I change the A to make it X, or is it just going to be A? I mean, I can work with that, it's just not the optimal position, I don't think. I'll probably get used to it, to be honest. I mean, let me check the other ones. Nah. Okay then, let's just do that. At least I know now that one of the face buttons can be used to throw eggs. So I don't remember if this NES game used the A button or if it was X, I don't remember whatsoever. I just assumed X was the button that threw eggs. Yeah, the A button works good. I mean, that's better than nothing, I'll take that. The problem with the R button on the 3DS is that I've got gigantic hands, and pressing the R button trying to do something while platforming tends to cramp your hand up after a while, so I really don't want to deal with that right now. Especially since I'm going to be streaming Ocarina of Time 3D after this. Yeah, you're getting a double dosage of 3DS stuff tonight. I mean, well, one DS and one 3DS, but you know what I mean. I'm playing them both on 3DS. Speaking of hand cramps, I do want to stream it at some point, but Kid Icarus Uprising is like a real hand cramping game. I know Vinny streamed that game quite recently. I didn't watch that because I haven't played that game since it first came out, and I would like to revisit that game on the stream at some point in the future. Not sure if it would be this year or next year, but I remember Kid Icarus Uprising, despite like having such an arbitrary control system and having basically make your hands feel really sore after like an hour of gameplay, it's a damn fun game. Oh, I can't run. Like, I tried holding the run button, doesn't work when you've got Baby Peach. So there is like pros and cons. Like the cons are you can't bounce eggs off of walls, and you can't run. But you've got longer gliding, hovering times. Oh no, it doesn't use the Circle Pad Pro at all. I think you're thinking of the game that like came out alongside the Circle Pad Pro, which was Resident Evil Revelations. That game uses it. Oh! That Baby Peach scream might be more obnoxious than the Baby Mario scream. Wonder if I can cheese this. Yeah, I can cheese that, sort of. When the wind blows, no one knows. It's hard to time it just right, but give it your best shot. You might sail to new heights. Right, I'm gonna have to go back to Baby Peach then, because I can't really get through this without her. Back to walking at normal speed, I guess. I do kind of wish, like, I know Sakurai's, like, really busy with Smash. Like, he's always busy with Smash. But at some point it would be nice to see, like, a HD upscaled port of, what's it called again? Kid Icarus Uprising for the Switch. That uses the Pro Controller dual stick setup. Like, that would be amazing if they could actually do that, but no rush or anything. Like, I know the guy is busy, but that's just like one of those pipe dream things that I would like to see happen eventually. If not, I'll just stream the 3DS one. I mean, I was going to stream the 3DS one anyway, because I don't really expect Sakurai to, like, be, okay, I'll just port this game to Switch. I mean, I was expecting to port Smash 4 to the Switch, and we got Smash 5 instead, so I don't think he's the ports kind of guy, for the most part. Like, I think he wants to make new projects. Let me get some more eggs. That's a flower. I'm not sure if I'm... Oh right, that pipe just doesn't work. I don't think I can interact with that vine there. Let me just try again. Nope, I think I need something to get up there, so I'll come back to that later. Oh yeah, the transformations are back as well. Touch your morph bubble to transform briefly into a helicopter. The arrows and coins will lead you to the Yoshi block. Your baby will warp to meet you there, so you don't have to worry about getting a sitter. Cool. Oh, Yoshi, please. Doing absolutely terrible trying to get these coins. There we go. I probably missed like 50 million things there, but at least I got the... Oh look, Koopas. At least I got the flower back there. Let me check my score. Yeah, so I barely have any red coins. I wouldn't expect, like, don't expect me to get 100% on this. I'm just playing it for fun. I'm not gonna, like, go the extra mile with this one. But I might go back and do all the World 1 levels again later on, just so we can see what the World 1 extra level looks like. But that's probably the extent of the completionist stuff you'll see. For now, I'm just gonna enjoy the game for the next hour or so. I keep thinking every time I see that stork stop that I need to like swap to Mario, but this entire level is practically based on Baby Peach. Ugh. We could die if we fall here. Shinfa! 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 Sorry, I'm thinking of... I'm thinking of Shenmue 2. Having finished it quite recently. Good game. I mean, 93 is not bad. Are you going to check out the museum? Oh yeah, right, there's a museum thing. Like, there's a museum tab. Let me see what that is. I don't remember this, actually. Welcome to the Island Museum. Come gawk at all the strange critters that are native to Yoshi's Island. Keep track of all the enemies you've beaten. Oh, I see. I don't actually remember checking the museum. Did I just leave? Oh no, this is part of the museum. Welcome to the aquatic enemy exhibit. See foes in their natural habitat without having to wear a snorkel. Yeah, look at all the animals. Look at all the water creatures. What a sight to behold. So what happens if I go in that door? Does that take me back out of the museum? Nope. Welcome to the haunted house. It can get pretty supernatural in here, but it's also pretty educational, so don't be scared. Not really seeing any enemies in here. What happened to the birds? Smack an enemy in the face, so it's not just as simple as like eating them, you have to actually physically hit them with shit. Or physically hit them with your egg. What a nice museum. Absolutely jam-packed with riveting stuff. Right, I'm gonna leave now. I guess this is the way out. How does one leave the museum? So yeah, here's a few things I've hit early on. The daisies, the piranha plants. Where are the shy guys? I'm pretty sure I hit at least one shy guy. Maybe I didn't. Okay then. Okay, so where do I go to leave then? Or I could just do that, I guess. Baby Peach and Baby Mario, the dynamic duo. So yeah, this level's now all about swapping between the two. Those things are called daisies, right? Or lazy daisies. I only know that because of Paper Mario. Like, the ones in Paper Mario can go fuck off. Unless it's like a golden one, in which case I don't mind encountering it, but I hate the generic lazy daisies. They're really annoying. They're the kind of enemy archetype that like puts you to sleep, and then you like wake up dead because you get pounded by the other enemies. Alright, I'm supposed to swap to Peach here. Welcome to the super secret area. You can practice playing with the Superstar Mario here. First, find the Superstar and grab it. While you're powered up, you can use the D-pad to run swiftly over the walls and ceilings. Press the Y button while walking to dash, and then hold the B button to flutter through the air. Yes, I kind of remember this from Yoshi's Island as well, on the SNES. Ah, shit. Want to get that flower while I'm here. Alright, Let's see how much of the level's been done so far. Roughly half of it, I guess. A little under half. Oh yeah, can't interact with the vines. Mario's got away with those transparent blocks. Hit them to make sure they appear. Yeah. Oh. Could you imagine if we got a Yoshi's Island maker at some point? That'd be kinda neat. I'd like to reiterate, maybe I didn't even say it in the first place, but I'm using a 3DS XL, and my hands are still cramping up holding the Y button to run and the B button to jump. Got fucking El Gigante hands over here. Hang on a second. Oh, I see. Right, okay. Oh, hi, Cray. Welcome to the stream. Beep, beep. Oh, hang on a second. There's a secret over there. Oh, shit. I let go of the flutter there when that was transitioning. Nice transition effect. How is this game so far? It's more of the same, like I feel like Yoshi's Island. I wouldn't say it's as good as the first Yoshi's Island, but it definitely like adds more to the formula. Because you have like new babies you can acquire that give you like different abilities. Like for example, you use Baby Mario to make these appear. Plus you can run as well, but you can only run when you've got Baby Mario in tow. So yeah, here's a classic power-up from the first Yoshi's Island. Oh. I like how they've just got like a realistic drill sound for this fucking thing. It's like a real drilling machine. Yeah, I haven't played this game since it first came out in 2006. Hard to believe it was that long ago. That was like over 10 years. It's like coming up 15 years actually, holy shit. Time flies. Yeah, I would say this is a pretty decent game. It's way better than the Yoshi's Island... What was it called? New Yoshi's Island for the 3DS? Oh, that's annoying. That's a little bit annoying. Just like... the very edge of your foot as you flutter jump like touches the transparent part, and it like it triggers the transparency thing, like the transition like back and forth. And it's like, yeah, we get it, there's a secret. Please stop flicking back and forth between the two states, thanks. Oh. Oh, okay. I thought that was a death pit, but it's not. The only shit Yoshi games I really think were Yoshi's Topsy-Turvy and New Islands. I remember playing Topsy-Turvy when it first came out. I liked it at the time just for the novelty of like tilting the world around with the gyroscope sensor thing that was built into the cartridge. But yeah, that game probably hasn't aged very well. I would imagine it's not as fun as I thought it was when I was younger. But yeah, I haven't played New Yoshi's Island, but I have seen like Vinny's entire playthrough of that on... It's not even on Full Sauce, like I think Vappy has all the videos for that on their YouTube channel. I watched all of them like a few years ago, and yeah, that game was like incredibly generic. It's like trying too hard to be Yoshi's Island without really adding anything to it, except for the giant egg mechanic, which doesn't really add much to the gameplay. At least with the babies you get a sense of like diversity and like mixing things up. Right, time for the first castle. The first big castle. Big good castle. Gilbert the Gooey. I wonder what it's like for the localizers, like the localization team at the treehouse. Basically sitting around the table trying to think of all these names for enemies for the English version of the game. Alright, we've got this weird looking blob thing that's got the face of whatever the fuck that Pokemon is called. I don't even remember the name of it, but the one that makes that weird face. What do we call it? Gilbert the Gooey. Brilliant. Cut print, that's us done for the day. Let's go get hammered. What Pokemon makes that face again? It's like a little slime thing, but I forgot its name. The closed eyes and like the weird butt mouth. Oh. Guess I need to get around that somehow. Touch and Go. Oh yeah, I remember that game. That was a launch game for the DS. I had that game. I liked it at the time just because it was like a really neat concept, but again, probably hasn't aged too well. Music's fantastic though. Like, one of my favourite Yoshi songs is in that game. In fact, I'm gonna have to look for that now because it's actually a really... I think that song might be... I don't know the name of it, but I think it's in Smash Brothers. It's pretty funny because when they first revealed the DS for the first time, they had like a whole bunch of like demo kiosks at the show floor showing like a bunch of different concepts, and they were like at first they were like, oh, these are just like concepts, they're not actual games. And then like half of them turned into actual games. And Touch and Go was one of them. I think there was also that like, submarine game, Steel Diver, or was that 3DS? Wait, did the DS have a Steel Diver game, or was it 3DS I'm thinking of? It was pretty much a mobile game released for the DS. In that sense, it was kind of ahead of its time then, because smartphones didn't really become a thing until like a few years later. Like, we were still using flip phones at the time, weren't we not? At least I didn't have an iPhone 3GS. Like, that was my first smartphone until God knows when, I think like very late 2000s. 2008, I'm guessing. Which was like a couple years after the DS came out. There's an actual big blarg now. Ugh. Do you know what's awesome, actually? Okay, so I don't think I've ever mentioned this on the stream before, but back when Nintendo showed the DS for the first time, they had, I mentioned about how they had like all those demo kiosks at the show floor that people could check out the different like games and concepts and stuff for the DS. And I think people who were at the show floor were given like a special DS stylus that they could keep, which was like, it was more pen-shaped. It was like a rounder, like pen-shaped thing, and it had like little fiber optic lights in it that could light up. Like you press a button and it lights up, and it's got like a little medal thing attached to it that says the future of gaming E3 2006. I actually have one of those. I bought it off eBay many years ago. Like, I think like a couple months after that E3 actually. Like it was on sale. Or, well, it wasn't on sale, but someone was selling it. So I was like, you know what? I'll buy that. So yeah, I've got that in my... I've got like a little bucket that has like a bunch of DS styluses that's in there. I also have a Mario Kart DS stylus that was like given away at a promotional event. Not at E3, it was like a year or two after that, like before the Mario Kart DS released. So again, I got that off eBay, I think. But yeah, I love the little E3. I'll have to take a picture of it for next time I stream this, just so I can show that. Guess I need to go back to Mario. That sound effect of the blur coming out just sounds like shitpost. I can't fucking unhear that. Am I supposed to throw an egg up there, or did I just do that? I'm not sure which... Oh wait, there was a locked door back here. Sorry, I'm kind of like having a brain fart right now. There we go. Oh. What was the name of this level? It was Gilbert something? Gooey Gilbert, or Gilbert Gooey? I've got a better name. Why didn't they call him Gilbert Goofried? Yeah, that didn't sound as good as it sounded in my head. Gilbert Goofried. Do you think if Treehouse named him Gilbert Goofried, the real Gilbert Gottfried would fucking sue them? Probably. Speaking of Gilbert. Yeah, the sound effects of them like bouncing is like fucking loud for some reason. I noticed that myself. Yeah, the babies are having a great time in the castle, but they could use another playmate. Why don't you give me that baby too? Okay, what's the name of that Pokemon that has that face? Like, I asked already, but I didn't get an answer, I don't think. Burmy? No, I don't think it's that one. There we go. I think it's Gulpin. Like, I think I just remembered it's called Gulpin. Let me just check. Gulpin. I'm just searching it on Google. Yeah, this is the one I'm thinking of, so... Hang on just a second, just going to save that to my hard drive so I can put it on OBS. So this is the Pokemon I was thinking of when I saw that design. Just a moment. Right, here we go. So, it looks like this Pokemon here. Gulpin without a G at the end. Wow, I've been playing this for an hour and a half already. Doesn't feel like it. I don't think I'll do the entirety of World 2, I think I'll just maybe do up to the second mini-fortress. Or I'll just do like the first couple levels. So welcome to Monkey World. Oh no, the monkey took off with Baby Peach, hurry, go rescue her! I like how the crown is outside the bubble. Okay. Who is this? An ape? Well, he seems friendly enough, but maybe he'll help Yoshi rescue Baby Peach. Baby DK has joined the team. Now let's go rescue Baby Peach. Use Baby DK's jungle savvy to climb the vines and swing on ropes. Oh, so that's what those are for then. Yeah, like I said, different babies, different abilities. Baby Donkey Kong is king of the jungle. He's got a lot of power for his size. You can also push heavy things with the greatest of ease when he's on your side. Did we mention that he's also a pro when it comes to swinging on ropes and vines? He'll take you to places you've never been. Oh god, he's so... like, Yoshi is so fucking slow. Like, look how slow he runs. He's like in fucking molasses. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you've got like a really heavy monkey on your back, but still. At least the climbing is efficient. It's got that Donkey Kong Country 2 style of climbing, which I can't really argue about. Like, that's pretty good climbing mechanics. Like, there's no run button when you're holding him, and this is the maximum running speed. Poor Yoshi. Press up on the D-pad and the A button to lock the aiming cursor straight up. I need to get an egg first. Come back here. Actually, hang on a second. Yeah, his crying sound effect is nowhere near as obnoxious as the other two, so that's good. Not that I want to listen to it on purpose just because I don't want to get hit by the enemies, but at least I know I won't get punished, like, my ears won't get punished if I get hit. Also, my fluttering is, like, severely limited as well. I did notice the eggs were, like, oddly explosive for some reason. So I guess it just makes your throwing power like much stronger. Which I guess makes sense for Donkey Kong since he's like a power character. Oh yeah, we'll get Baby Wario eventually, I think I remember him. Now let's go back and unlock that door. Hang on a second. Want to see something real quick. Oh. Yeah, if you press the forward direction again, like look at Yoshi's face. Ah! 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 If you hold it for too long, you just dismount. Throw the X to hit the targets. You got 30 seconds to hit them all. Break the targets! Well, rip Goonie, I guess. This is really hard to judge. Damn it. Can I try that again? Guess I could just throw the X straight upwards. Oh wait, can't do that for this one. I am not very good at that at all. There we go. Oh shit. Fuck! I'll give this a few more tries, I'm determined to get this. It's probably not even going to be worth it, but I'll try anyway. Shit. I was trying to aim the other way. Again, the lack of a gap in the middle makes it a bit difficult to judge that. In fact, I should probably look at my 3DS rather than looking at this. Because I'm looking at the actual like stream footage right now, like on the preview. Just so I can see bigger screens, but if I look at the 3DS, I'll see the gap in between the screens, which might help me better judge the angle to aim that at. So I'm going to do that now and see if that works any better. No, not really. Shit. Right, last try for now and then we'll move on. Oh, so I didn't realise I could aim straight up like that at the start to get a few of them. Wait, did the targets change every time? Like their positions? Because this looks different from before. There we go. And yeah, I only got second place. Just fucked my life, I guess. Alright, let's move on then. At least I can say I completed the minigame, I just didn't get the best score. Look at Yoshi, he doesn't give a shit. He's just like, oh, I guess I'm going this way then. Grab the rope at this to start swinging. All you have to do is press left and right on the D-pad to move. Oh yeah, do you know what was a pretty overlooked game that was actually pretty good? Actually, I don't remember the name of it, but it was on the Game Boy Advance, and I think there was a sequel on DS. It was like a Donkey Kong game, a spin-off, where you swung around like these board of pegs, and you use the L and R buttons to like grab each peg. Like, it's kind of hard to explain, but I think it's called Donkey Kong King of Swing. It was actually surprisingly addictive. It was pretty good. Basically, the L button and the R button was all you needed to play the game, and the L button and R buttons represented the left and right hands for Donkey Kong. And what you did was you pressed the L or R buttons to use the left and right hands to grab the pegs, and then you used the pegs to like swing yourself around the map. And then you could also like hold both buttons down so you can do like an attack and then like hit enemies. I actually quite liked that game. Like, I played the Game Boy Advance one, I didn't play the DS sequel, but I remember the Game Boy Advance game being pretty fun. But yeah, I think it was called King of Swing or something to that effect. Just beating the shit out of everyone with super powerful legs. Oh. Sometimes I try to like turn around on a dime and I'm still facing the wrong way. I don't know if it's because I'm using a slower character so it takes longer to turn around, or if I'm just expecting the same responsiveness that the original SNES game has. I don't think this game was made by the original devs, which I'm not sure who the exact studio was that made the SNES game, but I think R-Toon made the handheld games. Like this game and New Yoshi's Island DS. Baby DK Dash Attack. Press down on the D-pad and the Y button to do a Baby DK Dash Attack. Okay. I didn't actually know I could do that. Check out that sprite of Yoshi though. Hang on a second. Right, okay, I'm going to show you something real quick. Since that happens in a flash, I'm going to show you what that looks like. Because I just took a screen grab of it while it was happening. Okay, so that's a pretty good animation actually, or a pretty good frame of animation, like look at that. Yoshi's got a fucking attitude in his face there while he's doing it as well. Pac-Man game on DS. Pac-Man games on DS were so much fun. I don't know why, but drawing a Pac-Man and watching it eat everything on the screen was very entertaining. Oh yeah, that game was called Pac-Pix, was it not? I didn't play that one, I think that was like a launch DS game. But there was another DS game that came out that was actually really good. Another Pac-Man DS game, I think it was called Pac-and-Roll. That game was pretty good, it was kind of like Super Monkey Ball but with Pac-Man. Oh yeah, speaking of Super Monkey Ball, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but we got an announcement of a new Super Monkey Ball game coming to the Switch. Unfortunately, it's an updated HD port of a game that's... let's just say not everybody likes this game. I don't think it's bad per se, but compared to Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2, I don't think people are looking forward to it as much, which I guess I understand. I'm looking forward to it nonetheless, because I think they'll probably fix some of the levels and the controls and stuff, and like, even though the original game was like purely based on Wii motion control, I think people underestimate how good motion controls have gotten recently, because like I love gyro aiming with like Switch games. Plus I'm pretty sure they'll add like the option to use like the Pro Controller analog stick or something, like the old games. So I don't think there's going to be any issues with that if motion controls are not your thing. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of quality of life changes, and if it sells well enough, they could probably do 1 and 2 HD remasters. Gonna need Peach. God damn it, I'm short 1 red coin. Alright, never mind. Guess I'll just cut my losses and finish the level. God damn it. Speaking of Baby Peach, there she is. There's that dash attack. Baby Peach is back, now let's continue on to the adventure. Or continue on with, or let's get back to the adventure. I swear I can read, I just can't read properly sometimes. Let's see, how are we doing for time? Right, okay, I'll maybe do like 1 or 2 more levels and then I'll do the rest of World 2 next time. I love how explosive those eggs are, just like destroying the shit out of everything. Yeah, that Banana Blitz was on the Wii. And it used motion controls. I don't think it's a bad, like I said, I don't think it's a bad Monkey Ball game. But I think people often compare it to the first 2 games, which obviously are the best ones, but I kind of feel like maybe people are just like maybe I'm just being cautiously optimistic, or I'm trying to stay optimistic, but I'm pretty sure with this HD remaster or like HD port, they'll add a bunch of stuff to make it better, like a more pleasurable experience, as Nintendo would like to say. Oh yeah, the dash. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. It's not coming out until October 29th, I think, so that's like a few months from now. It's a shame it's coming out like a couple of days before Luigi's Mansion 3, because that game's going to completely overshadow it, I feel. But yeah, I'll wait for the reviews, see if people say that the HD port is good, and I'll probably buy it for streaming. It's as close as I'm going to get to streaming a legit copy of Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2. Actually, I did stream Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2, although it wasn't the actual games, if that makes sense. I have, I don't think I own the GameCube games anymore, and I don't have anything that can play the GameCube except for like a Wii that doesn't work properly. But, what I do have is an OG Xbox copy of a Super Monkey Ball game called Super Monkey Ball Deluxe, which is basically Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2 in the same package. Like, it's got almost all the levels across both games. It's got the story mode of the second game. I streamed that on my Xbox 360 a few years ago, but being one of those games that like uses the Xbox 360's backwards compatibility, it wasn't like the best experience. It had some issues with it. It was playable, but it wasn't like optimized for the hardware. Like, if they took that and did a HD remaster of that particular game where it was just like everything in one, that would be great. Oh yeah, if you use Donkey Kong, you just ground pound the entire pig. Just because he's so goddamn heavy. Oh. What you have to do here is spit as many Shy Guys as you can into the tulip. Don't worry about manners, just go crazy. How many Shy Guys can you get into the tulip in 30 seconds? Remember, you won't get any points if you throw eggs into the tulip. Here's a tip for you, face up when you throw. If you want enemies in New Zealand, you need to hit them with the egg. Honestly, I don't care. I don't feel like doing that. It's not really worth the effort. Also, why am I throwing an egg? Shit. I wasn't expecting a bunch of Shy Guys to come out of the pipes below there, so I thought it was just going to be like the ones I see above right now. Now that I know that, I can prepare for it. Yeah. One more? Nope. I'm not sure how to reach that. Oh, that's how. Right, well, I got the baby coin. It's like the first baby coin I picked up in quite a while, actually. Gonna go swap out Mario now. Now I can finally start running again. Again, the stair walking animation is like really jank for some reason. Like, I'm pretty sure it looks smoother than that in the SNES game. It's just kind of funny. Just seeing how jumpy Yoshi is. There's Shy Guys on stilts. Another classic. Oh yeah, so Bloodstained still hasn't got an update on Switch. I'm a bit annoyed waiting this long for them to like fix and optimize the game. Like, to be perfectly honest, as somebody who backed that game, I feel the devs should be held more to account like more accountable for the fact that the Switch version came out like in a very, I don't want to say buggy state because it's not buggy, it's just very unpolished in terms of like performance. Because apparently they didn't think it was going to sell that well, and yet it sold more than any other version. So yeah, I'm still waiting for them to like fix it before I continue that game. I only streamed it once. You know, like, oh, we're gonna focus all our resources on fixing the Switch version. 2 weeks onward, and we're still not getting any updates on it, so I'm a little bit concerned about that. Granted, it's nowhere near as bad as like Mighty Number 9 on the Wii U, but still. I've been checking for, like, you know how on the Switch you can check updates for games? So I've been doing that like almost every day, like every other day at most. And it's still like, oh, we don't have an update for this game. Where did you learn to fly? I'm guessing 150 is what becomes first place. Actually, probably not. Ugh. I really don't know how far you need to go to actually get first place. Fuck. Yeah, you can fuck off as well, Shy Guy. Speaking of that, it kinda makes me nervous how silent Capcom has been in regards to Mega Man. Don't think we've had any updates since Mega Man 11. I'm pretty sure they're working on something, they're just not ready to announce it yet. Oh. Oh, fuck off, that was the last red coin. Can I get him to come back, or is he just gone for good now? I didn't even realise I was that close to 100% in this one. I can't even go in there anymore, god fucking damn it. I mean, I guess I could reset the room using this door. I hope that red Shy Guy coin comes back, because I actually don't want to let that one go. So I want to be careful not to bump into any Shy Guys while I'm looking for this red coin. Nope, he's just gone. Goods. 99. Yeah, so I think it's pretty obvious at this point I'm not going to 100% this game. I'll try to make a conceded effort to try get 100% on the first worlds, but not the entire game. It'll just take me way too long to do that. Right, so I've been playing this for almost 2 hours now, so I think this would be a good place to stop for the moment. How do I quit the game? I don't know how to go to the title screen on this game, I'm assuming you don't. Right, so I think I'll stop there for now. Holy shit, I've got 47 lives, I didn't even notice. So, I'll do some more of this game in the next few days, or like early next week probably, because we're coming up to the weekends. It's pretty good. My hand cramps a little bit at times, but that's just because my thumbs can't really adjust to like the run and jump sort of style for this kind of like hardware. I wish that the 3DS had like a controller mod so I could just like plug my Xbox controller into this thing so that I can use that instead, but other than that, it's pretty good. Probably not as good as the original Yoshi's Island, but it's still a decent game and I look forward to doing some more of this.